Silveus here, back for my Let's Play on Minecraft. Going back to my world, who I'm going to rename as... Let's Play. My creativity is just overflowing. Alright, well, last time, I didn't get to continue my fall. Last time I jumped off of my random building that I'm working on here and fell. Also, it was nighttime, which I forgot about. Alright. So, I was collecting birch wood to continue construction. And I also needed to go look for some sheep so that I could make a bed. So let's go do that. And kill this cow. Kill the cow! I'm the cow killer. Die! Oh. Sometimes I'm forced to, like, conclude that I might suck at games. It's like a really weird thing about this hobby. Like, for example, like some people like read books or like watch TV. You can't really fail at either of those tasks. At least I hope you can't fail at either of those tasks. But like a lot of people now would say that their like primary hobby is video games. And I find that interesting because like video games is actually like a skill depending on, you know, the game in question. So it's entirely possible that you're just awful at your hobby. And I think that's kind of a funny concept to like think about it. That you spend like all of your free time doing something that you're just terrible at. Like if I was really bad at like riding a bike or something and just crashed my bike all the time and like people laughed at me, I would stop riding a bike. At least in public. Probably a whole bunch of closet video game players out there. People who suck at video games but don't want anybody else to know. I just want to find a sheep. Okay, I said sheep, not horde of creepers. Yeah, actually, I don't want you to explode right there. Okay, I would have preferred it if that hadn't happened. The part with the water. But I did just want the cheap and easy wood. I hear another spider somewhere. Well, there is a spider. I don't know if that was the spider. I really just want to find a sheep. 3 of them specifically. I mean, I'm seeing pigs over there, so I think sheep could spawn. I don't really know if there's rules for monster animals spawning. Oh. You know, why can things just not work easily? Like, I'm not really overcoming a problem right now or, like, challenging myself. I'm just wandering around confused and annoyed until I find the thing I was looking for. If there was a way for my, like, skill or lack of skills in video games to affect this, it would be one thing. But it's really just a random chance right now. Which is that thing I complain about a lot in video games. Specifically, FTL. Oh man, that game. I do have some Let's Plays for Minecraft too. Not Minecraft, FTL. If you're interested in that, I'd suggest you take a look at them. More of my shameless self-promotion right there, by the way. You know, I know it's shameless self-promotion. Trust me, I do. But, like, it would be cool if this works out for me. I like playing video games. I like hearing myself talk, so I mean... Seems like it's a match made in heaven, so to say. You know, I should have made a iron pickaxe at some point so I could start picking up all this gold. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but didn't. Is kind of the story of my life. Whoa! The funny thing is I saw the further back spider first, too. So I was like, oh man, spider over there. And then all of a sudden there was another spider directly in front of me. And I was like, holy crap, did he go really fast? Whoa! This is one of those things I don't want to try to jump over. That looks like a sheep. Or some kind of freakish albino cow. Oh, it is a sheep. And that's another sheep. But that's not enough sheep. I feel like I may have been in this cave before. I wonder. The upside to recording my actions in a game is that if I really cared enough, I could double check at some point. That said, I do not care enough. To be honest, I don't really understand why people would watch these videos in the first place. I guess as like a review aspect or something like that, you're not sure if you wanted to get Minecraft. I could see that. But on the other hand, Minecraft is kind of cheap enough that, like, throw the money down on it, and if it doesn't, you don't like it, what was it, like, $10? Makes a little bit more sense, I guess, for games like full games. And I suppose if you don't have any other options, like, you know, you don't have a computer, at least one that can play games, a Let's Play is maybe better than nothing, but to me, that would make me just, like, want to play it even more. I don't know, it's weird to me. My friend watches these a lot, and he says it's because they he can like put them on while he's doing something else. But my mind is not designed to do two things at once. I cannot like work or do homework or something along those lines and watch a show at the same time. The show can be running in the background, and I can ignore it pretty much entirely. But then if something in the show happens that interests me, I stop paying attention to what I was supposed to be doing and start watching the show. Like I said, my mind can't do two things at once. Although right now my mind is perfectly capable of rehashing how irritated it is that I can't find another sheep. Because, like, for real, I found one sheep, two sheep, and I'm getting shot at by an archer. Run away! I said run away, not jump off a cliff. It's a zombie. And it's an ugly zombie. One of them fancy villager zombies. That's one of them fancy giant holes. Seriously, like, how hard is it to find a sheep? Oh well, since it's daytime, I'm gonna go back to chopping down trees. I'll wait until the... oh boy. I'll wait until the next night to go back and search for sheep. But for real, how hard is it to find a sheep? I wonder if there's any sheep over here. Also, it looks like my birch trees. Okay, here's some birch trees. Is that a birch tree? Nope, not a birch tree. Boop, boop. I remember I was playing this on I used to have like a gaming laptop, and I was playing it downstairs on the kitchen table with like my family around me. And, you know, they're like talking, and I'm only like minorly involved in the conversation because it was something about like random people I never met. So I'm just playing the game, and I'm like mining trees, and I don't remember what I was doing, but it was something involving glass in the game, and I put the glass down, and I kept breaking it afterwards, so it makes that distinct Minecraft glass shattering sound. So finally my family is like, what is that sound? So they kind of like come over and are like looking over my shoulder, and they're like, are you playing a video game where you just chop down trees? You are a lumberjack? And they're both like laughing at me. I'm like, well, you know, it's not exactly like that. And they're like, you know, I thought video games like let you, I don't know, like slay dragons or shoot bad guys, and you're working manual labor in your video games. I'm like, oh, no, it's not like, well, it kind of is like that, but not real. Well, you, and you know, like, there's no way there's no way to explain that away. I just had to like kind of be like, yeah, I'm a virtual lumberjack. But only for now. In a little bit, I'll give up on the wood cutting and I'll be a virtual coal miner. Yep. Better than being a real coal miner, since I won't get black lung. Yeah. On that note, kind of nobody in my family, except for like a few of the younger kids, has any kind of like interest in video games. Which, like, to be fair, I can kind of understand that. I mean, a lot of my family members are like a little bit older, so I mean, like, video games aren't something that they're into. I understand that, but on the other side, like, a lot of my family members, and I don't know how true this is for like general society or not. And I'll say why, but a lot of my family members like hold disdain for video games and anybody who plays them. It's really annoying. Like, you know, everybody has hobbies that others aren't really interested in, but they still like give you the common courtesy to be like, I will allow you to talk about that thing that you're excited about, even though I don't really care. So, you know, like when my family's like, oh my god, like, you know, my daughter has her ballet lessons and they did this with the, and I'm like, oh my god, I could not care less, but like common courtesy demands that I don't say that to you and that I, like, you know, try to pay attention and ask intelligent questions. Like, oh, I don't care about how Ford is better than Chevy, or my family likes cars. I don't care about how Ford is better than Chevy and Toyota is the worst of them at all, or something along those lines. You know, like, I don't care. By the way, I don't support those opinions. In fact, I've actually been a big fan of Toyota, even though I also know nothing about cars. But anyway, you know, like, common courtesy demands that I just, you know, for the sake of, like, small talk, I listen to what they're saying, and I'm like, oh yeah, nod your head when it's appropriate. You know, listen to what they're saying. When I try to talk about video games, they're like, Justin, Silveus, you know, it's just not real. Like, just video games are not real. Yeah, I'm aware. I am aware video games aren't real. But you know what? Like, me getting a high score on a video game or something like that, what exactly is the difference between you winning a match in, like, you know, a game of hockey or baseball or something like that? Sure, I mean, if it's like a tournament and you're getting some kind of like records or trophies or like prize money, different situation, obviously. But like, if you're in Little League or just playing with your friends, you scoring 6 3-pointers means nothing in the grand scheme of things. I mean, it's like as useless as me being like, oh, I've made a really sick house in Minecraft. Whoops, wrong button. So, you know, it's like a little annoying. I don't understand, like, where this disdain comes from. That's not a block of wood. And, like, they're very vocal about telling me about how it's not real, too. And, like, voicing their disdain to me. I wonder if maybe it's just me. I don't know. But yeah, nobody in my family likes video games. Nobody in my family can understand, like, why you would get angry at a video game or something like that. You know, if you've ever, like, and I'm sure most people who play video games have, while it's not admirable, I'm sure most people have had that moment where they're playing a game and they're at the boss or some other form of clinch moment, and it's like, bam, critical hit, or you miss a shot that you definitely should have hit, or like your hand slides off the controls and you die. And it's that like, oh my god damn it, and you're freaking out. It happens. I don't think that's weird, but man, my family will be like, wow, you're acting like a child. Like, yeah, okay, I get that, like, flipping out about a video game isn't like an admirable quality, and you know, like, just in general, flipping out about anything is also not an admirable quality. But like, when a person's flipping out, mocking their hobby and then telling them that they're immature definitely does not calm them down. Like, why would you say that to a person that's upset and angry? You wouldn't say that, like, you know, if you didn't have disdain with the video games. Like, if I was upset and angry because, like, my car got stolen, you wouldn't be like, oh my god, you're acting like a child. Grow up. Don't throw temper tantrums. You'd be like, oh man, I'm sorry your car got stolen. But not my family. They will wait until you're like super upset about something to be like, I just want you to know, I think you're an idiot. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Ah, well, you know, what can you do? Exactly nothing. Exactly nothing. Boom. Wall foundation thing completed. And I definitely still don't have enough wood. I'm gonna go with big windows for this. Did I pick up that piece of wood? I hate when I cut down pieces of wood and I don't pick it up. Ugh. I have this issue with Minecraft, and it's not like in any way Minecraft's fault. It's definitely 100% mine. But, hold on, let's think about this real quick. Maybe I can do... I mean, alright, if I'm gonna put anything, it's going like so. So I'll put chests there and there for like immediate storage. Maybe, maybe not. I think I put chests there. Maybe a chest in the one and a workbench in the other. But I would also need to put an oven, I think. Maybe I'll put chests in both of them for like immediate creature product storage and item storage, I think. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll design this way. Boom. Okay. You know, to be honest, I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, my problem with Minecraft. I have a problem with like a lot of open-ended games. Sims would be another example of games that I have this problem with, where like I work towards this like perfection type ending sort of thing, where like everything needs to be absolutely like spectacular, right? And then once I'm kind of there, I'm like, yeah, I'm bored. I can't play it anymore. I do it a lot. It's actually, and it's really annoying. Oop, it's almost nighttime. It's almost night. I don't have any coal. Not having coal is not good. Alright, I'm gonna make myself an iron pick, because I've been waiting on that for a while. And I'm going to eat some steak. Beef. It's what's for dinner. Beef. Does anybody else remember those commercials, by the way? I guess they were like paid for by cattle ranchers, beef farmers. Where they would like talk to you about how beef is delicious or something like that, and their catchphrase was beef. It's what's for dinner, or something along those lines. Oh. I wonder how long ago those were. I wonder how old and decrepit you would have to be to remember that. Yeah, I'm not going down there. Forget it. I'm not going down there either. We'll collect the coal, though. Boom. So I didn't not mention this, but I'm obviously not give out any of my like personal information on the internet, because, you know, that's a terrible idea. But I am interested in what people can guess about me. So like, if I date myself with a reference or something along those lines, see if anybody can guess my age. Also, if I say my age out loud and then forget about it, point that out to me too. But yeah, if anybody can guess my age or anything about where I live. I mentioned in the last video I think it was the last video at least, that I live in the northeastern Pennsylvania. Okay. We're off to a good start with not giving out personal information. I do not live in northeastern Pennsylvania. I meant to say I live in Northeast America, United States. I do, in fact, live in Pennsylvania, though. Cat's out of the bag on that one, because I'm an idiot. To be fair, though, that's information that I would have willingly given out if anybody had asked. Philadelphia, while we're at it. Go Phillies! I don't actually watch sports or anything like that. Not that I dislike sports. Like, I know, and I know how to play all sports. I mean, I obviously can't follow, like, the RBIs and, you know, the various stats of players, but, like, I know above basic knowledge of pretty much every sport, including a lot of obscure things. Like, most people don't really know a lot about cricket, but I do. Also, most, if not, well, not all of my information, but a large amount of my information comes from, like, various types of media. Manga, anime, TV shows, books. You'd be surprised what you can learn from just, like, paying attention to media. Although, I mean, on the other hand, having not tried any of that information, there's a good chance that huge portions of it are wrong. And if I'm ever like, you know, I read Hajime no Ippo, so I'm totally qualified to be a boxer, I will totally get my face punched in and get knocked on my ass if I ever try to box somebody. Probably? I haven't tried. Maybe manga's actually a really good teacher for martial arts and hand-to-hand combat. It'd be ironic. Going after that zombie in the armor up there. Since there are no sheep, even in the spot that had sheep in the past, that is not a zombie! I was way more excited about trying to fight you when I thought you were a zombie, and not a skeleton that was going to automatically hurt me. Because of the undodgeable arrows that you shoot. What do I look like now? F5 is... Oh, wait a second, wait a second. Is that an arrow in my knee? There is an arrow in my knee. I'm pretty sure that's a pop cultural reference from something, but I honestly couldn't tell you what. I could not tell you what, but I know there's an arrow in my knee, and it's gonna prevent me from becoming an adventurer, and I'm gonna have to become a town guard. Incidentally, I was also thinking about making Let's Plays for this RPG called Skyrim. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. It's not that popular, honestly. It's like, it's got a lot of, you know, didn't make a lot of money, not a really big game, not a lot of people play it. It's kind of low-key. But yeah, Skyrim's a pretty cool game. I mean, you know, it's not great, but it's a pretty cool game, I gotta say. I mean, I think I, like, tacked probably, like, 1,000 hours into it, maybe? But that's mostly because, you know, just my, like, horrible addiction and lack of good decision-making skills. I'm actually considering, by the way, making Let's Plays for Skyrim, because I do, in fact, love that game, and I enjoy using the mods, somewhat. I just don't know if Skyrim's dated enough that nobody would be interested in watching a Let's Play for it. Because, to be fair, it is kind of old. Oh, God. Oh, I'm dying. No! Don't die. Eat the steak. It has miraculous healing powers for some reason. And I will season my steak with gold. Oh, Jesus, he's still out there. Oh, Jesus, and he's shooting at me. We're gonna go that way. Dude, how can he hit me while I'm sprinting up the side of a mountain and hopping? That's some sharpshooter stuff right there. The topic of sharpshooters. Because I'm okay, I'm gonna date myself here again. But does anybody remember an old TV show called Cheers? like 80s, 90s maybe. I never watched it. I was actually too young for it. But I like distinctively remember their like logo and stuff like that. You know what? I'm gonna pause real quick and see if I can't get their logo. So 1 second after I get this last piece of gold, because OCD. All right, 1 second. I'm gonna pause this. Well, we're about to find out, I guess. I don't know what happens if I leave it unpaused and exit out of the screen, but we're gonna check something real quick. All right, here we go, folks. Found the opening song for Cheers. It's 1 minute long, and I'm gonna make you suffer through it. When I minimize the game to go to YouTube to click on it, I don't know what will happen, so there may be an odd moment here, but here we go.
Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see the troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Cheers opening song right there. Alright, let me pause the game and reset my volume. Okay, volume reset. Yep, okay, so that was the Cheers opening. I don't know if it would help if I described it, but it starts off with, like, the outside of a bar and, like, the, I don't know, late 80s, early 90s, kind of, like, old-fashioned cars and stuff like that. And then it cuts to, like, drawings, paintings from maybe, like, the early 1900s, like, maybe the 20s. Nah, I mean, horse-drawn carriage. It had to have been older than that. Anyway, though. This was a huge tangent on my part, by the way. I'm really sorry. The reason why I brought Cheers up was because there was a guy in the show who was a mailman. Ooh, look at that. Baby zombie. I still murder children, even if they're zombies. Alright. So there's a character, he was a mailman, and he always had this... Oh god, I'm dying. He did not have an oh god, I'm dying. That's a problem that's unique to me right now. Dude, why are they swarming me? Jesus. That was crazy. I'm eating a steak. Alright. There was a character, I do not remember his name. I could Google it, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy like that. Long story short, there was a character, he was a mailman. And he always had this, like, trivial fact. So somebody would say something and he would be like, oh, you know, I don't know, some kind of, like, weird did you know kind of factoid thing. And that is a trait I apparently share in common with him. So when I always say these did you know things or bring up trivial facts that I at least think are interesting. And, you know, I'm not just bringing it up and being like, did you know that this tree's each block has, I don't know, 12 of that pixel right there in it or something like that. I mean, that's pointless. I like to bring up things that I think are interesting, though. And at least relevant to the conversation. I don't just, you know, spurt out, be it like, random factoids or something like that, you know. Anyway, I always bring out those things. I don't know how the character in Cheers specifically handled it, but I like to bring those things up. And when I would do that, my family would be like, oh my god, Silveus is always like, did you know, did you know? And, you know, making fun of me is apparently like a pastime for my family. So, I mean, it was something that they kind of, like, ridiculed for me for. But anyway. I was going to bring up an interesting point when I was saying he's a super sharpshooter, because I like to follow like fun fact things and stuff in the news, and DARPA, and I'm not sure if they're pronounced as DARPA or DARPA. They're like the Defense Advanced Research something something. They're the part of the U.S. military that tries the ideas that seem too crazy to actually work, is basically their thing. They come up with a whole bunch of crazy experimental crap. I gotta go find that sheep, it's killing me. They come up with a whole bunch of experimental crap, though. And one of those experimental things was this new bullet. So they have this new bullet. I guess I don't really know exactly how it works, but it's like fired from a sniper rifle, basically. And I guess it's got like fins on it and some kind of like computer built into the bullet. And what this all ultimately means is that it's basically a homing bullet. They like lock it onto a target somehow, fire it, and it goes towards that target. So it can actually, like, if there's a building between the shooter and the target, it will loop around the building, make a full arc, and come and hit that guy. Which is kind of what that skeleton did to me back there. And it can also adjust its course and track down moving targets. So I think that's what that skeleton is using. Some kind of crazy U.S. military bullet. Arrow. Whatever. So that was my fun factoid for the day. One of the, I think one of the things that made my family start making fun of me was, and I don't know how we started it, but I don't know what started the conversation, but we were all there. It was like a dinner thing at my grandmother's. And I said, and I don't know what led to the conversation, but I said, do you know they breed what's called a Shetland pony? And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's a little tiny pony, basically. When it's a full-grown horse, it's still like, it's not a full-grown horse. It's only up to like maybe your shoulders with its head, if that. It's a tiny, tiny horse, basically. And they can train these to basically be like a seeing eye dog. For blind people who, for whatever reason, really bad allergies, for instance, can't have a dog. Or, I don't know, maybe before they were blind they had a trauma with a dog or something like that and they can't handle dogs. So you can, if you're blind and can't have a dog, you can get a seeing eye pony, essentially. Which I admit is a random fact, but I do think it had something to do with the conversation that was being spoken. So everybody was like, nah, no way. I refuse to believe that. Which I think is also interesting, because whenever I say something, I am usually pretty confident that I'm correct, or I won't say it. If I'm not sure the difference between a Ford and Toyota engine, going back to the car thing that I said my family is into, I won't act like I do. I won't go, oh, the reason why Ford engines are better is because they have an extra cylinder. Again, I don't know anything about cars, guys. I won't say that. If I thought something like that, like I thought I had read it somewhere or something, I'll be like, I think I read that. And I will preface whatever I'm saying with, I'm not sure, but I think this. But whenever I'm positive of something, 2 plus 2 is 4. I'll say 2 plus 2 is 4. Simple as that. The capital of the United States is Washington, D.C. Brazil is in South America. Those are facts that I'm aware of, and I'll say it that way. Now, occasionally, I am in fact wrong, but it's really rare that I'm wrong. Because I only really talk about things that I know about. Now, if somebody, surprises me with questions, sure, I'll answer them wrong just as much as somebody else will. And there's plenty of things that I don't know anything about, so it's not like I'm all-knowing. I'm just as close as a human being could possibly get to being all-knowing. Not that I'm, arrogant or vain or anything. Anyway. So my point here is, though, that, I'm really, cautious and self-aware of, potentially saying things that are wrong and, misleading somebody. Because I don't want to do that. So I say to them, I say this thing about the pony, and they're like, no, that's not true. Of course it's true. So, everybody makes fun of me. Silveus and his seeing eye pony. What is that? I go, okay, yeah. You guys make fun of me, whatever. Yeah. So then my stepdad, like, disappears all of a sudden. Now, you know, maybe he's going to the bathroom. What's he doing? Not a big deal. But at my grandmother's house, the computer is upstairs on the second floor, and we're all down on the first floor. So he disappears, and he goes upstairs. Now, at the same time, the bathroom's upstairs, too, so he could be going to the bathroom. And he comes back down with this, like, real sour expression on his face, right? And I go, Did you go look that up? And he goes, no. And I go, you did look that up. And he goes, no, I didn't. And I'm like, what did it say? He's like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, you looked it up, and you saw that I was right, didn't it? He's like, shut up, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, Because I was right. They make seeing eye ponies. Seeing eye ponies. They raise them and breed them and whatever. But they didn't believe me. They didn't believe me. Seeing eye ponies, pfft, they said. They said I'd be crazy. They'd never make seeing eye ponies. Who's the crazy one now? Oh, yeah. To be fair, it was kind of a funny situation. Like, you know, I laughed. And everybody should have a seeing eye pony if they need one. I should mention that I'm allergic to cats and dogs, and it's like one of the biggest regrets of my life. Because I love cats and dogs. Probably, like, to a lesser extent, I like other animals too. I don't know. I don't have a lot of time to, like, play with bunnies or, like, gerbils or hamsters and stuff like that. And I am a little hesitant about things that, like, have the potential to bite me. And I don't like things that are creepy. So, like, you know. I do not like lizards, really. I mean, lizards are cool, right? Like, if you've got a snake or something like that, that's cool. Like, you know. I'm interested in the fact that you have a snake, but I don't really want to touch it. On that note, though, I do have a picture from when I was a child. Had to have been kindergarten or first grade. I don't know where I was at, but they had, like, a giant Burmese python, I think it was. And they would let you take pictures up with it. So I have this giant, like, 10-foot, I don't know, 100-pound or something snake wrapped around my lap, and I'm holding its head in my hand. And its head is bigger than my arms. And I'm, like, petrified in the picture because, you know, who wouldn't be when they're that young? But yeah. I love cats and dogs. This is the point I was getting at. Cats and dogs both have their special things. I know some people are like, oh, I'm a cat person, and other people are like, I'm a dog person. Dogs, by far, are, I think, the better animal to, like, you know, be friendly with. Because dogs just are always friendly. If you need companionship every waking minute of the day, get yourself a dog. Cats, obviously, are more independent, which is why I guess a lot of people like them, too. So, I mean, they both have their things. The thing I like about cats, though, and again, I mentioned I love dogs. And actually, my allergies to cats are much worse than they are for dogs. So, I can pet dogs and even, like, be in a house with dogs. But if I touch a cat, I, like, immediately start sneezing and my eyes water up. And it becomes, like, hell on earth for me. I love cats so much that I will still pet them, though. I do. But it's a pain. I pay the consequence for that. Anyway, the thing I like about cats is, they're a lot easier to find than sheep, for one. Like, they're not extinct like sheep are in Minecraft. But anyway, as I was saying, cats are, like, dogs are like your shadow. They follow you around, they're always with you. When you move, they move. When you sleep, they sleep. When you wake up, they wake up. What they're doing is always, like, part of you. A dog is like an accessory or an attachment to yourself, which is fine. I have no problem with that. Cats, on the other hand, though, do their own thing. You come home from work, the cat doesn't care. It does its own thing. You're having a bad day, the cat don't care, it's doing its own thing. If the cat wants it to be petted, the cat comes over and it gets petted. If you want to pet the cat, you can go over to the cat and see if the cat wants to be petted. And maybe, if it's feeling so inclined, it will give you the honor of petting it. Now I'm making them seem a little like, you know, prima donna-ish a little bit. But my point is, having a cat in the house is almost like having another person in the house. It's doing its own thing, it's got its own likes and desires, it's taking care of its own stuff to a certain extent. Having a cat in your house is like having another level of life form in your house. And I think that's neat. Oh god, I'm gonna die. When did I get so low on HP? Well, the good thing is I finally got the last sheep. And then I almost ran into a hole while scratching my head. Oh. Anyway, so the point is, cats are like their own little level of life form in your house. They do their own thing, which I like, you know, again, I said. And I get why some people wouldn't like that. Like, it's the same reason why some people prefer almost to live alone. But to me, I just think a cat is like a really unique thing. Like, it is like you've got your higher like level organisms in your house, your humans, and then you have the lower level organisms, and I'm not like delusional. Cats are a lower level life form than humans. We're no getting around that. But that's what makes them neat. At least I think so. Again, a lot of people would disagree. I used to have... Oh, Jesus. Are you kidding me? What is that? What is that? What is that? Why are they up in my house? With like an enchanted magical bow, no less. I'm sorry, did you see that? Oh. At least I managed to reset my sleep point. That was crazy, though. That was crazy. They were all up in my grill. I don't know, at least he's on fire, burning to death. It'd be cool if this game had sniper rifles. That game that nobody plays I was talking about earlier, the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, I think it's called. Yeah, I mean, like, I know nobody plays it, but anyway, you know, different design here. I had a mod for it that added, like, rifles and stuff into it, and it was a really, really terrible mod. Like, I was really sad that I installed it. Because they didn't work correctly. You know, I mean, I can't blame a person who's making a mod for free on their own spare time. But you know what? Come on, like, games with guns have been around for a long time. If you add guns to a game, you should know what they sound like and how they work. And if you can't make them work correctly, then maybe you should make them work correctly. I know that sounds harsh, and it is, but you know, I've done some modding for games too, and I do know how difficult it is to mod. And if you're not capable of doing it, don't do it, you know? Again, I know that sounds really harsh and makes me sound like an asshole, and I mean, it does. Like, I am sounding overly critical right now, but like, I guess what I should say is, if you're not gonna do the level of job that you know should be done, you need to be prepared for the inevitable criticism. And if you're willing to pay the cost in absorbing criticism, then continue on and, you know, do what you're gonna do. And I mean, like, power to you, man. In fact, like, I'm impressed if you're like, I really wanted to add guns to Skyrim, but I'm just not a good enough modder to do it, but I did the best I could, so I'm gonna put it out there so that anybody else who wants mods, even my crappy one, will get it. You know, power to you, man. I offer you my, like, sincere, you know, respect is, I guess, the word I'm looking for that task. You know, I would play Skyrim on like a not Skyrim. I would totally play Skyrim on a multiplayer server, just for the record. But no, I would play Minecraft on a multiplayer server, and just pay somebody to like collect the boring resources for me. Like every time I go out here to cut down more birch trees, I'm like, wow, is this what my life has become? I'm being overly critical. But still, I would totally pay somebody like $1 or something. I'd be like, look, I'll give you 10 cents for every 100 blocks or something you give me. I think that's a reasonable rate, honestly. I don't know, I mean, how long I would be able to keep paying that before I'm like, this is stupid, but if somebody were to pay me 10 cents to get 1 block of 64 of an item or something like that, I think I would do that. I'd consider it, at least, depending on the item, obviously. You know, if it was like diamonds, nope. But yeah, for like 65 birch, I think 10 cents is kind of reasonable. 64 birch, I'm sorry. I would also be willing to pay for that. I think that's kind of a good number. Possibly. There's a lot of possibly in there. I hate when my inventory starts getting all junked up. Ooh, look at that. I lagged. That's crazy. You know, that scares me a little bit. I'm actually going to save and quit here and then just immediately come back in, just in case the game crashes. Because I have had my Minecraft crash before, and I have wept tears of blood when it has happened. Boom, boom. Oops. I fell down a hole. Alright, how are we designing this here? Indeed, that is a good question. How am I designing this here? Yeah, okay. Okay, that works. Oh, that scared the bajoneses out of me. The bajoneses! And you know what? I don't even know what that means. But the bajoneses were scared out of me. I usually, when I do play Minecraft, I used to play a lot with a buddy of mine. And we would both play in the same world through a LAN setup. So whenever I build houses like this, I always instinctively try to make it so that there's even parts for 2 people. It's occurring to me that that's not really necessary right now. And it's really not necessary, but I still like to do it, I guess. Alright, Bed, you need to go to a new location. No, I think I need to design this differently. Yeah, I can't go there. Oh, man. One of the things I hate doing, right, is right now this building is symmetrical, right? Same layouts of the rooms, same layout of the building. If you drew a line from here to here, it would be symmetrical, including what's below. Obviously not that crap right there. But yeah, the wood structure is symmetrical. And what I think I have to do right now is break the symmetry. And that drives me bonkers. Bonkers. I hate doing it so much. And I don't think there's any way to prevent that from happening. No, there might be. There might be a way to do it. If I go like that. Okay, yeah, I think there is a way. I just need to do some restructuring of the building that I didn't really want to do. I hate restructuring my buildings. Whoops. So right now, my building has effectively 4 separate rooms. No. No. 6 separate rooms right now. I forgot the ones downstairs. There are these two, and then the ones downstairs. And then... Alright. Like that? Nope, not like that. Like that. Whoops. Put one in the wrong spot there. Okay. So I think this is how I want things to work. It goes boom, 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 boom. I gotta, like, figure this out. But I'm pretty sure this isn't right. Well, we'll work on it later. I need to utilize these torches right now, though. Before unpleasant to see. Oh, Jesus, I hate when I do that. Nah, I don't like them on the top like that. There we go. Better. Torches away. Oh. Stupid grass. That's why I hate grass, man. Grass is the worst thing ever. That's definitely not true, by the way. There's a lot of worse things, like spiders, or stink bugs, or allergies. Those are definitely the worst things in the world. Alright, let's put some torches upstairs, just so that nothing spawns for now. I am going to sleep through this night, though. That thing I said I wasn't going to do. Just because I need to replace the bed. Alright, if I put... I'll just put the bed there for now. I'm going to design this house in the assumption that I'm going to have spare bedrooms for the people that will never play the game with me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Creepers! There are creepers out there. Let's leave some of this crap behind. Take the dark wood. We'll keep the dark wood, actually. I think I wanted to make dark wood doors. Yeah, because I like the dark wood doors. Before I start putting dark wood doors down, I should take a look at what the birch doors look like. Well, those aren't bad either. I have this thing called indecision sometimes. I do like that, though. Maybe that for the outside door, and this for the interior doors? Yeah, okay. You know what? That works. I like that. I definitely don't have enough doors right now, though. At least I can get rid of some of this crap out of my inventory. Alright, let's get rid of that. We'll make armor with this. Pants! I have pants now. I think that's... yeah, it's that one. I don't have enough for the others yet. Boom. Boom. I should probably make myself a iron sword, I think. I should make myself more iron, I think. I thought I heard a spider. I'm definitely hearing a spider. Spider found. Yeah, Mr. Spider, let's dance. One of us is dead, Mr. Spider, and it's you. Because I killed you. You dirty, dirty Spider-Man. You know, I haven't played this game enough to know, like, actually how effective and worthwhile the armor is. Oh, I did make an iron sword. When did I make an iron sword? Why do I not remember doing things? Alright, box that, box that, box that, box that. Box that. Keep the picks. Box that. Keep that. Box that, box that, box that. Keep that, box that. Shovels. Put that over there. I like things to be a little bit more organized. So. Alright. Need to make myself another cobblestone axe at some point, but I'm good for now. Oh boy. Door. 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 It's looking downright homey now. Boom. Cook that steak, cook it good, cook it like you're in the hood. I don't remember what the eggs are actually used for. Ooh, do I have no wood on me? Well, that's not good. Take the wood back. I feel like I should probably collect a little bit more wood. Yeah, I'll collect a little bit more wood. And I'm collecting birch just because it's here and I also need birch. I am about to go get ready for a mining expedition. So while that food cooks, I'm going to cut down some trees, and I'm also going to go slaughter some, oh, I forget what the fancy term is for cows. I'm going to go slaughter some cows, though. Some moo-moos. That's definitely not the fancy word for them, but some moo-moos. Boom, 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 boom. Because I would like some more armor. How many pieces of armor do I have? I think I had 3 left. I picked up 1. I need a helmet, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need shoes, which are 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 now. I need 5 more pieces of leather. Oh, I showed that stupid piece of plant who's boss. Alright. Well, that one not drop any? That's annoying. I really don't want to, but sooner or later I'm going to have to explore one of those crevices. Oh, wait, there's that ravine over here. Ravinal. Runthen walls. I'm going to go explore that. You stupid cow. Get back here. Alright, I think that's enough. I actually lost track of my count from before. Alright, so I'm going to make my armor. Finish cutting down trees, cook all the beef and the other meat that's in my inventory right now that I don't remember what is. Juked. Oh, I'm out of coal. It is beef. Boom, 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 boom. Mutton from sheep. I wonder why it's called that. I guess probably for the same reason that beef is called beef. It's a weird thing to think about, though, because, like, pigs are pigs. Or, I suppose they could be called hogs, but pigs, hogs, boar, we cut them up and we get either pork or ham. Cows are called cows. Male cows, I guess, are called bulls. We cut them up and we call that beef. Also, back to the pigs, we also call that bacon sometimes. And when it's bacon, it's delicious. But anyway. So you get bacon. Or, yeah, beef for a cow. You get a sheep, you chop that up, and you get mutton. You get a chicken, and you chop that up, and you get chicken. Same with turkey. Chop up a turkey, and you get turkey. Take a deer, you chop up a deer, and you get venison, I think it's pronounced. I've never eaten it. Has anybody eaten it? If anybody has eaten deer meat, leave a comment and tell me. Somebody told me in the past that it has a, they described it as gamey flavor, where they said it tasted like herbs and spices, and I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, I don't know. I would be interested in trying it if I knew how I could get my hands on it, and it wasn't probably absurdly expensive. Or, you know, if it didn't involve hunting it myself, because I'm definitely not hunting a deer myself. I have no, like, moral objection to shooting a deer. In fact, I sort of hate deer. They're annoying. Anything that jumps in front of cars, they're kind of annoying. Also, anything that carries Lyme's disease ticks is also annoying. So I mean, they're like stupid animals, and kind of gross looking. So, I don't know. I have no, like, moral objection to shooting one, but guns are expensive. I was gonna spend, like, $500 on a rifle and learning how to shoot one. I would just, you know, buy something else for starters. So yeah, not gonna do that. And then I'd have to, like, figure out how to process it and clean it. That seems also difficult and unpleasant. I have no moral qualms with shooting a deer. I do have moral qualms with being the one carving it up, I should say. But I do wonder how they taste. So yes, if anybody has eaten a deer, or mutton, because I've never eaten mutton before. If anybody has eaten either of those things, leave a message. Tell me what it tastes like. I'm interested. So, I wish my food would finish cooking faster so I could get done with this. How much do we got left? 8? Bah! Guess in the meantime I'll make my armor. I've got one too many. I know that extra one's gonna stay in my inventory and mock me until the end of time. Let's see what I look like. Nope. Oh, I mean, it is kind of cool, though, that I can directly stream to Twitch. I am all brown. Browny, brown, brown. I am a mutant, and I've got a box in my hand. How do I get the sword out? Sword. There we go. Ah! Block the sword. think I vaguely remember there being different like graphics for the character. I'm not seeing it. Oh, why did I push that? Is this... Am I back to normal? This is not back to normal. This is too vibrant. Oh, this is kind of cool. It does make the sunset really neat looking. I'm still irritated that I pushed that though. This looks like 3D. I wonder if this is 3D. I actually have a 3D phone around here somewhere. I wonder if I could like record in 3D and put it up on YouTube or something like that. That's worth trying. Okay, that inverted the settings. I am pretty sure that if I tried to play the game like this, I would lose my mind. Photo negative? Maybe? Is that what that is? Old-fashioned TV mode. The boob tube. I think this is normal. I don't know. Things kind of still look weird. Oh god. Okay, this is called vomit mode. Okay, this is newer TV mode. This is... I have no idea. This is kind of neat, though, actually. Not only is this neat, but you could probably... I could probably play in this mode, I think. It takes a little getting used to. I mean, like... Yeah, okay, those are zombies. There's a skeleton. That's water, I guess? The torch is weird. Why is the bed green? You know, I don't know why, but for some reason this, like, distinctively reminds me of, like, Christmas. I really could not tell you, but this makes me think Christmas time. I don't know what this is. Black and white. Would probably be a little bit more interesting in the daytime. Night vision. Really, really crappy night vision. I'm in the process of making a horrible mistake right now. Night vision's kind of cool, actually. I wonder if I could use that to find actual light sources. This is... I'm not wearing my glasses right now. This is... I shouldn't have eaten that mushroom mode. Oh boy, there's another one behind me. Where are all these zombies coming from? I just cut down one of my torches. That's not a sword. I'm interested, like, the spiders don't seem psychedelic. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is I'm overdosing right now on shrooms. This is... I drew it with a paintbrush? I don't know what the trick to this one is. Okay, this is better night vision. I don't know what the other one was then. Okay, I don't know if this is just weirdness, or if this is what I think it is, which is Oculus Rift support. I think it's Rift support. Because the ones on the top left here and here, I think, would be like your peripheral vision. That's kind of neat that that exists. Is this normal? And this is your broadcast is being interrupted. Oh, it made weird audio too. I don't know what that is. That's... I got poked in the eye. I also don't know what this is. You know, it would be nice if they had labeled these so I knew which one I was on. Alright, this is making my eyes bleed overly bright. This looks like too vibrant again. I just want to get back to normal. Okay, upside down. I remember that one. Crazy. TV. Other TV. Alright. I think I just went through them all. I did go through them all. Is this normal? Okay. I think I went back to normal. This is 3D. Oh, I'm looking right at that Enderman, aren't I? I did look right at that Enderman. Damn it! Oh man, that armor made exactly no difference in whether or not I died there, by the way. Yeah, up yours. Oh! Who's dead now? I mean, sure, I did totally ambush you in the back and a vengeance killing, but who's dead? No! You son of a bitch! Alright, and that's good night, folks. I thank you for tuning in. I'm going to leave that hidden behind that door for next time. And I'm gonna hope that magically that goes away. Alright, yeah, so thanks for tuning in. My second, my second FTL. My second Minecraft stream, Let's Play. My words aren't working right. Give me a like, give me a comments on what I'm doing right, give me comments on what I'm doing wrong, give me comments on what deer meat tastes like, too, while we're at it. And if you like what you saw, come and watch the next one. So, thanks.